This weekend was, of course, the All-Star break. There were many joyous festivities, and, of course, the All-Star game yesterday, Sunday, in Houston, Texas. It was a good time overall. However, Monday morning brought tragedy to the NBA when Jerry Buss, who was diagnosed with an undisclosed form of cancer, died this morning at the age of 80. He brought entertainment to the NBA. He brought in Showtime to the Lakers. He actually bought the Lakers, the Kings, a ranch, and the Forum for $67.5 million. Take a guess on what he bought the Lakers for. The amount of $1 million. 20? 80? $16 million for the Los Angeles Lakers. They are now worth $1 billion. When did he buy those? He bought them in '79. He bought the Lakers in '79. They drafted Magic Johnson #1 overall, and they won in 1980, his second year as an owner. He is the longest tenured owner, was the longest tenured owner in the NBA. Of course, he bought all of those teams and venues from Jack Kent Cooke. That was in 1979. 10 titles he won in the NBA, the winningest owner in sports history, in 16 NBA Finals appearances. Now, he wanted to make LA this sort of, he wanted to make them a Lakers town. And when he inherited and bought the Lakers, it was a Dodgers town. Now, that's when he brought Showtime to the Lakers. And when he took over, courtside seats were $15. Now, of course, they're $3,000 a pop for Lakers playoff games. It's incredible. Now, I mean, his childhood, they're laughing in the back, but his childhood and his rags to riches story, I mean, look, it's been well documented with, like, you know, boxing guys coming from nothing and making something of themselves. But this guy was a kid who would stand in bread lines for hours and hours and hours a day just to bring that home for his single mother. And he would also go out and try to find paper to throw into a fire because obviously they didn't have any heat. He came from nothing, this guy. He came from absolutely nothing. And, you know, when his stepfather, when his mom remarried, his stepfather wanted him up at 4:30 in the morning, 15 degrees or less in the dead winter, and wanted him to dig ditches for his plumbing company. And then he went to school every day. He worked at a local hotel for $2 a day. And then he started moving up, worked at the Douglas Aircraft Company for $700 a month. He started putting money to the side each month to then rent an apartment in West Los Angeles. And now, of course, he has built one of the most successful franchises and really turned the NBA into what it is today. He also integrated the Showtime part that I've mentioned a few times. And JR will take much pride in this. He went to University of Wyoming, and then he graduated from USC. You're welcome. When he went to the Coliseum, he noticed that USC had cheerleaders and had a band. So he took those parts from the Coliseum and integrated them into the Forum. Because he not only, he saw the NBA as this sport with potential beyond belief. And the model that was not working for the NBA at the time was shit, as he saw it. Those are not his words, I threw those in there. But he took over and he started having cheerleaders, started having a band, started having music, started having dancers. When he had the Laker girls, that was the first set of dancing teams and cheerleaders ever in the NBA, ever. And of course, every team after that followed suit. He saw it as, you know, sports marketing at its finest, unlimited potential. Why are we not taking advantage of it? Why are we treating the NBA as just, not even the NBA at the time, but why are we treating basketball as just basketball? It's entertainment, it's value. There's tons of value in this. Why aren't we doing it? And of course he did. Now in 2011, there were blood clots in his leg. Of course, a USC grad, as I said, undergrad at Wyoming. He finished third in the 1991 World Series of Poker, which is also pretty interesting. We don't exactly know what the future holds for this team and for this franchise, But we do know that they lost an integral part of their building and the NBA as a whole, and that is Jerry Buss. So again, he died today at the age of 80.